Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of GMS who rule as well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I'm back with another video. The title of this video is called These E-dumbmites Actually Did It. Actually tried it. Yeah, these E-dumbmites actually tried it. And I was watching the elder brother GMS Awakening Amawan Gabar. This is his page, GMS Awakening 144. You should type it up and see the picture and everything. Subscribe to me, edified. It's a nice video. I listened to the whole thing earlier today, and he showed a clip. Basically, this is what we're gonna get into right here. He showed this, and I'm gonna get into it. Throw some scriptures on it. It's just a blowing of the trumpet, same thing as he did. All right. So basically, you pull up the U.S. debt clock, and then it shows you the U.S. debt and everything. I was looking at the U.S. national debt, 34 trillion, I believe it says, and then I was looking at the U.S. total debt. I think it says 97 trillion, which is pretty interesting, cause but it was just pretty interesting, cause it said total debt, but this is national debt, so I don't know which one is bigger. I would think the total debt is bigger, but you know, it's just a high number regardless. All right, and we got here. If you go over to the right, it says open secret window. You click on it. It takes you to X. X is currently owned by Elon Musk, or operated CEO, or however, he's the guy in charge of X. So, that he's just a puppet in the grand scheme of things, basically. But anyway, we have here, it says turn on to the new kingdom. And we understand these Edomites is Edom. Edom is trying to establish his new world order. It says turn on to the new kingdom. And his new kingdom, like I said, is the new world order he's trying to establish here in Babylon the Great. And we can see the X here. This X is pursuant to or relating to the eclipse that's happening on April 8th, on a Monday. I just did a video on it, April 8th on a Monday. This is the the thing that's coming, basically. This is the new the new eclipse that's coming, and this was the old one that happened back in 2017. And as you can see, the US debt clock, whoever's in charge of that, obviously they everyone's aware of the X, the giant X painted across Babylon the Great, basically. Everyone's aware of that. What I found interesting, the brother pointed out this is the all seeing eye here, along with some other Masonic different symbols in there. We know how these devils get down. They're the wicked of the world. Excuse me, sorry. Anyway, what was interesting to me was I seen the moons and the planets and stuff, and then the stars. I can only imagine these are stars, you know. So, oh, down here it says, "Who is like the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high?" And we know that they're not talking about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Whatever they're talking about, AI, their money, even Cotton Swab said, "We are gods." So maybe their leader they're talking about, but ultimately they're talking about Satan. All right, the spiritual demon Satan. Ultimately, that's their leader. So I'm getting into it. Like I said, I got a few scriptures on it. It's a quick blowing of the trumpet because I found it. Like I said, I found it interesting that they had these stars and these moons. So that just made me think about Isaiah 47 down here. But I pretty much just read this whole thing. It says, "Lament for Babylon. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate," right? And going into second address, I think it's 6. Let's see. One second. Second Esdras 6 and 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Right. So that's what's happening. Let me also get another scripture. I just read that scripture. Let me see if I can find it. Scripture. I think the brother actually read that too. Yeah, this is Second Esdras 9 and 5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." Right. Let me put it up right here. Let me just get Second Esdras 9 actually. Here we go. It says Second Esdras 9 and 5. "For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end, and the end is manifest." So we're in those times where this is basically the end of Esau's kingdom. It says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." And yeah, that's what Yahushua said. He's not going to meet thee as a man. He's going to come and destroy this place. All her secret parts are being uncovered. The wickedness that goes on in Babylon the Great. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. That's Yahushai. "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." Right? And Esau did pursue us with the sword continually. Like scripture says here, he didn't show us no mercy, even to this day. Isaiah 47 and 7. "And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." Right? And the scripture says, "For the pride of thine heart," which I got right here. Let's get it right now. It says, Obadiah 1 and 3, "You have been deceived by your own pride, because you live in a rock fortress and make your home high in the mountains. Who can ever reach us way up here? You ask boastfully." Let me get it in KJV. The Obadiah 1 and 3 says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground?" Isaiah 47 and 7, "And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." So they didn't think about none of their actions. Excuse me. Isaiah 47 and 8. "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children." And right here we got Psalm 64. Nope. Psalms 49:11. It says, Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? And that's Babylon the Great. They don't think they will ever be brought down. Isaiah 47 and 9. "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So, and the scripture says, in 1 hour shall this place be destroyed. And it's going to be destroyed for all the things that they have committed, their sorceries and enchantments, and so on. Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, None seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And they got that AI. They think they know everything, they think they can see everything. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now, this is actually the point I wanted. It says, Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. So I can only assume, looking at this, this is the thought I got with all these stars and everything like that, and the moons, that they actually, like the script, like my title says, these Edomites actually tried it. The scriptures told them in Isaiah 47:12, Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. This is talking about Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Right? So no one is saving Babylon the Great. All right. Let's get this in the NLT, and we'll get back to the point. It says, So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity will fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. Now use your magical charms, use your spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. Now, I can only imagine that of course, they've been listening to the prophets, right? And this is the pride of thine heart destroying them. They have put the stars and the things in there, and I'm guessing whoever they got this information from told them something good, told them something they wanted to hear. Like they was in there wearied. Oh, what does this X mean? What does it mean? Well, it mean, it means you're the best place on earth, and you're gonna be all right. Some BS like that, right? So they put it there because the pride of their heart has deceived them. Because I mean, come on, you got like the stars and the moons and everything. So like I said, that's pretty much what I got from it. Um, Isaiah 47:12, it says, Now use your magical charms, use your spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. So it was like a try, like a tempt, you know, like I dare you basically, and it seems like they did it. And like the scripture says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? It says, All the advice you receive have made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. So they actually tried it. They went to their people, and their people probably told them something good. That's why they put this thick post up here with all the stars and things. But they are like straw burning in a fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame. You will get no help from them at all. Their heart is no place to sit for warmth. And all your friends, those with whom you've done business since childhood, will go their own ways, turning deaf ear to your cries, right? And that's also pursuant to, you could say, his allies. No one's going to help him because even his own allies is going to shoot missiles on him, right? Going to Ezekiel 38, Gog and Magog, Russia and the land of Russia. Okay, and we're gonna get this one. Psalm 61. It says to the chief magician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. It says they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, "Who shall see us?" And it's interesting. It says prayers for deliverance from secret enemies. And the scripture says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. So going back to this, whatever they got going on, because we understand what's on the way. Jacob's trouble and a lot of that stuff. Whatever they got going on, it ain't gonna be good. The devil has come down having great wrath, right? So, but I mean, for them to put this down here, they must have heard something good, but it won't be good for you, Esau. The prophets are here to tell you that. With that, I want to say shalom.